back. I have a visitor, not a visitor, but over the holiday, I got a nice gift, and his name is Theo. I'm trying to get him so you can see it. I'm saying that because ultimately, Theo is probably more than likely going to bark in this video at some time. So I wanted to just call it to your attention now. Here, come on, let's see. You want to say hi? Hi, say hi. Say hi. This is Theo, guys. Hey, Theo. All right, go to bed. All right, thank you guys and welcome back. So, it feels like I've been gone for some time, but I think it's because I tried to upload a couple of videos, 7 to be exact, at the end of December, for the end of December, basically. And yeah, to no avail, nothing was uploaded. I don't know what happened. These things happen. So I'm just going to scratch the whole month of December, even though we're still in it. And go ahead and look into January 2020 for you, Sagittarius. So this morning when I awoke, and in my meditation, I just kind of felt like, not that there are new beginnings happening, but that what we're stepping into is just new, if that makes any sense. Like a sense of what your eyes have been opened up to, basically, to a different perspective, a newness based around what you see, feel, and hear, Sagittarius. And I think that's basically what you're reading. Listen, I've shuffled these cards, I've prayed, I've thanked Spirit for coming and helping me bring forth the message that's right for you for January 2020. But if you've watched my prior videos, a lot of them have been speaking about something coming towards them, a newness, but at the same time, just gifts. I believe that that's true for everyone but you, Sagittarius. I believe that your gifts were given in the month of December. In the month of December, you guys have literally been awakened to a new perspective, right? Awakened to look almost like with new eyes. You're looking at things differently. You're feeling things differently. You're hearing things differently. And for the month of January is just newness. You kind of accepting of what's coming for you, if that makes any sense. You kind of accepting your enlightened awakening, and that's not easy to do. So let's pull some cards. Again, I do want to thank you for coming. I do hope that this resonates with you, and if it doesn't, not every message is for you. Everyone is not on a spiritual journey, Sagittarius, but I do believe that if you've been led to come here, you are. All right, look at that. On the bottom of the deck, the 8 of Wands, right? Some movement, swift movement, messages. Interesting. All right, so interesting. What's more interesting is that I was called to look at that card, and I don't normally pull the last card until after the cards actually for the reading spit out. So let's see how this goes. Very interesting already. Looking at even the way that I am doing this reading differently. It's just different. It's different. The energy is different. Just the energy that's I feel. It's not of the norm. Oh boy, here we go. And he has my slipper. Hopefully he'll be quiet. I don't want to be one of those readers that has like all these animals in the background, just freaking squawking birds and several cats. I just don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be me. Hilarious. All right, Spirit, let's go. Come on. I know this is going to be a good reading, but, can we get some more cards, please? Can we get some more cards? How was your holiday? How did you spend your Christmas? Was it quiet? Was it full of family and friends? How did that go for you? Mine was pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. A couple things came up that weren't, just a couple things are happening with family and friends and things like that. And me just trying to get a handle of it, Pretty sure that may have just been the energy of what December bring, right? Family and just things of that sort. So I think we may have enough cards. Let's see if Spirit wants to give us maybe one or two more. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, what do we have? What's going on here? And what's more funny to me is that normally I have like jazz playing in the background. Today we're gonna have puppies playing in the background, clearly. Jeez. Somebody's been doing a lot of thinking. Oh, wow. Okay. Somebody's doing a lot of thinking, but your final, what's coming towards you is actually very nice. All right, Sagittarius. Let's go. Let's get started here. All right. You know what? Here's the thing. There's some of you that I'm speaking to that, what I see is a pathway that has been lit. There's a pathway that has been lit for you. It's for you to come into some sort of, I'm not going to say vision. I'm not going to say come into some sort of it's a favorable time, basically. And it's based on, spirit and what spirit is bringing for you. So in your very recent past, the sun, when I see the sun, it always speaks to me of a pathway lit by spirit, God, source, whomever it is that you would like to call. It's been literally lit, and it's been lit for you. And it's coming and it's being rooted down by the Ten of Swords, which tells me that there's a lot of it's a not mental anguish, but you've been really thinking and considering, you've been really thinking and it's almost like a heaviness, like it's a conflict of what you know to be true, what you're seeing, and how you're feeling. It's very odd. It's almost like I feel split energy, if that makes any sense. I feel like what in my heart is telling me and what my eyes are showing me is two different things. That's what I'm feeling right now. And I'm feeling also that you feel a little alone in this. But what these cards are showing me is that very soon, not only are you going to find your Two of Wands or a partnership of some sort, a partnership in respects to your actual, your destination, your creativity, with where this is going, where this is taking you. It's no longer feeling like you're left out. It's no longer feeling like you're left out of something, because with this partnership, you're able to see things, and that's what it's interesting, because not only is this going to happen quickly, it's definitely going to happen quickly, but you're able to see things what am I seeing here? It's almost like I see what you becoming who you are becoming, right? So you have this alternative universe that's happening and playing in real time around you. You're able to choose a different road and a different path at any time, and to have a different experience of that, all to just be brought back to the same spot. Does that make sense? It's almost like you have the ability to walk into different gateways, to walk into and choose your own adventure. That's pretty much what I'm getting. It's like you've been given the ability to do that. But oddly enough, it's a very lonely feeling for you. It's like you know that you have this ability to do it, but you're also realizing that you're called to do it alone. And that's, or at least up until this point, you've been doing it alone, right? At least up until this very point, you've been doing it alone. Because what's coming for you is slow and steady, but it's coming. Slow and steady. So it's the Knight of Pentacles. And what this is telling me is that you are right now creatively building a foundation for what's to come. And ultimately, at the bottom line is your future is the Ten of Pentacles. It's like what you're creating right now. It's nothing. These messages are coming swiftly. Like this change in you, this awakening in you is happening very fast. Probably faster than what you were expecting. But it's not unfolding like you expected, if that makes any sense. It's like it's unfolding and you're being enlightened and you have this path that's opened up, but it's just not one path. It's like spirit sitting on top of you with a flashlight. And every so often, he's showing you a path. He's showing you this path. He's showing you that path. And you, because you are locked in and you are awakened, you are noticing. And so you kind of like step towards this way to kind of look and peek to see what's in there, and then you come back. Oh, what's that? You look, you peek, you see what's in there, and then you come back. So I think what Spirit is saying to you right now is that you need to embrace the fact that this is a journey that you may have needed to take alone, but that's not the end of your story. Yeah. You felt alone in this, but that's not the end of the story. Step through. Figure out what that leads to, because that is specifically for you. These roads are lit for you. Like it's not a questionable thing. And I don't believe that you're questioning it as much as you feel like it's so new that you kind of like trying to get your footing, if that makes any sense. It's like it's a new perspective. So it's like you know it to be true, but it's like with your eyes, you see something so new. So it's like, all right, I don't know how to, it's almost like you're trying to test the waters and trying to figure out how to step forward, if that makes any sense. But coming for you in January, Sag, you're going to find out you're not being left out of anything. You're not being isolated. You're not being like, you're going to meet and you're gonna fall into a, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. So yes, as I was saying, what looks to be going on is that you're going to meet or fall into a group of people that are very like-minded, and this is going to put you on. All right, so what I see 3 people coming your way, or that you're meeting on your journey, right? And each person has been assigned a task specific for your journey. Am I saying that right? It's almost like handing off a baton. But each person is attached to a question that you've been asking. And once the answer to that question has been revealed to you in some way or form, you're able to move on to the next. So it's person after person, or it's like, how do I say this? Because it's not, I'm trying to say it to put words to what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing, right? So it's a challenge for me in this way, because some feelings that have been impressed upon me, or some vision, it doesn't have words. So I'm trying to, bear with me. Okay. It's almost as if from journey to journey, or from all right, I'm gonna leave it because I don't want to get stuck on it, and I feel like I'm gonna keep mulling it over, like trying to like talk it out, and I don't want to confuse you. But basically, there are 3 individuals coming in the next year, 2020, right? That you will meet, and they all are coming with some form of some information that's relevant to the questions that you have been asking, and that is going to light something inside of you, help build a very stable, firm foundation so that you can move on to the next. It's like a building block. It's almost like you, from each person, you're getting something else, and you're digging a hole and you're putting that information in that place, and then you're covering it with cement, and then that's laying a foundation. So now you're on to the next, right? And so that's what I'm seeing. It's like you're becoming very, not only are you becoming enlightened, but you're gonna be very strong. And so we're in the place that you feel unstable now, that's gonna soon change. But this is a slow and steady progress. This is slow and steady, but you're going to get there basically. Just have faith, and from person to person, from energy to energy, from spirit to spirit, from project to project, from project to project, you are going to be building a foundation stable enough for you to become who you are becoming. Yes. Ultimately, pretty much building a legacy and leaving a legacy for those that come behind you. You're kind of setting forward, like blazing a path, which is why it's almost like it's meant for you to have done this alone, because you're meant to blaze a path for others to follow, for others to be more enlightened by you. I'm not sure what you're working on, but you're working on something that's going to reach the masses, if that makes any sense. It's exciting. It's spirited. It's positive. It's led. It's spirited. It's spirit led. And you're losing. It's almost like death to a certain mindset that you had before. Like you're leaving behind the parts of you that you were so not grasping onto. But you now know that it no longer serves you, and you could drop it off and you can leave it so that you can be able to regain what's coming, or not regain, but to attain what's coming. All right, I'm going to pull a card, an oracle card. I'm sorry if this came off crazy. I feel like, not that it came off crazy, but I don't feel like it was clear. I don't feel like the message was clear. So I may do this again for you. I just watch my dog yak. Yeah. I think I'm going to re-record this for you guys. Oh my God, this has been a calamity of a video. All right, gather your corners, girl. Get it together. All right, but I am going to, sorry for that. I'm going to upload another video for you, so you'll have 2 for the January 2020. You'll have 2. I think this one is going to be more about what's coming into the year, where I want to upload something that's specific to the month of January. So I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull a moonology card, and I feel like it'll give a little bit more specifics as to a time of some sort, based on more of an astrology look at it from spirit. You know, in my mind, I feel like I'm gonna watch this back and I'm gonna laugh. I feel like I'm gonna insert like sounds like doo doo or something crazy like that, because this has been like it's been interesting. It's been interesting. All right, so no, that wasn't your card. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. I need to go back and like meditate and pray. It's interesting. All right, meditate. The card is meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. I cannot make this up. Oh, and don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Oh, I was expecting the second card. Okay. I had a puppy once, many years ago, and his name was Remy. And I do feel like this puppy is reincarnate of that puppy. Another story. So meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. So let's go ahead and pull this new moon in Pisces card. Oh boy. Huh. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. All right. You know, I feel like this reading is all over the place, even though I'm really hoping that it brought forward a really good message. Jesus. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests that there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a total altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. Attune to the moon. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. Additional meanings for this card. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om No Renge. You know that chant. I can't. Avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. The teaching. Pisces is the sign of mystery or depth of emotions, idealism and hopeless romantics. It is the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep, like watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and allow your emotions to reign free. Whatever you're feeling as you pull this card is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow, and only you know if that's the case or not. I'm going to piecemeal this video together, and I'm going to try to make some sense of it for you. Oh, sugar. Don't let pride get in your way. I totally, you know what? This is, wow. Full moon in Leo. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for a greater good. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solutions to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would have done lately, this is a time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card. Self-esteem is good. Vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. A friendship may now be ending. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderful, bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card. However, take note that the full moon and Leo combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of the people in your network. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. And as I say that, and I'm trying to remember parts of the reading. Look, the bottom of the deck, very clear, 8 of Wands, that there's a lot of movement happening, There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of messages coming towards you. Listen, but listen with a light heart. Don't try to overthink, because that's what you've been doing recently, right? The 10 of Swords, overthinking in some way. Overthinking, like mental confusion, but there's an end to the confusion of sorts. You've also been feeling like you've been alone, but I think that's your call right now, has been up until this point, is to walk this alone, because there's certain things that you're going to bring that only you can bring, and you need just your energy. You need to take your own counsel, if that makes any sense. There are people along the way that you will meet, and ultimately, bottom line is, you are creating something for the greater good. So keep at it, don't stop, even if it's a lot of newness, So I hope in some way or another this was, it resonates with you. I have to laugh. This is probably the most silly reading I've ever done, but I guess it's worth it. I mean, I'm just going to put it out, and again, I probably more than likely will upload another for you. So thanks for coming. Like, share, and subscribe.